Hello, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void, and more specifically, your Sunday series. Today is going to be a best of 3 between INnoVation and Scarlett, starting here on Neon Violet Square, the ladder edition, which tells you that yes, this is from the old ladder bat pool, and from a previous patch, just one patch back, which just means that Marauders are not changed, Vikings are not changed, and Ravens are not changed. We will see if any of those are used in the series. In the top left-hand corner, you have the red Terran player. A lot of fans. His name is INnoVation. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the pink Zerg player, always wearing pink, hailing from the nation of Canada. Her name is Scarlett. Alright, so it's going to be Scarlett versus INnoVation here. I did make some tweaks to my GeForce Experience software for the recording of these replays. Oh, there's a proxy hat from Scarlett. By golly. So hopefully things are clearer and there's a little bit more fidelity, a little bit more less fuzzy, I think is what I'm looking for here. That changed some time ago and I couldn't quite see it, but people have been pointing it out from time to time. So hopefully what we're seeing here is an improvement. If you've noticed kind of a drop in quality in these casts recently, I thank you for bringing it to my attention, and it looks like it's fixed from now on. I ran some test casts, checked those out, compared them to the previous ones, and they do look better. I just bumped up the bitrate. Is all it was. It had slid down to like half of what it normally was for some reason. I don't know what happened. But hopefully things have improved to the point that they are awesome like they were before. Reaper on the way. This Reaper's name is going to be the Reaper name list. You know what, Alex? It's time I stop you from spamming names myself. Sounds of pistols being loaded and a jetpack activating. Yes, Alex is the guy who has been known for doing Reaper names and kind of spamming them on different videos every month or so. It seems like he gets the itch and throws 10 to 12 of them onto one of my casts. It's a good time. He's really good at it, too. I really enjoy the backstories he gives the Reapers and the names and whatnot, but INnoVation has not scouted this. Oh, wait, hold on. What on earth? Oh, he did SCV scout. INnoVation did SCV scout, did see a lack of an expansion here or here, and then said, hang on a second, and by golly, there was a hatchery down south. So what's his response, right? Terran players. Look at this. Look and see what his response is. Immediately throwing down a factory, which he probably was doing anyway. Let's be honest with ourselves. A factory is a very standard thing to get up after your barracks, but it's going to help with tanks is what it's going to do. These are roaches. 3 roaches heading on up, trying to see what they can do. Oh, can they stop the natural base from finishing? By golly, they can. The bunker is full, though. Bunker construction done here now. And now the roach is going to pull back just a little bit. Turn one of those into a Ravager. Yeah, you can't kill that egg. Nope. Oh, the SCV very bravely trying to finish off that command center. Can't do it, though. It'd be real nice to have this for INnoVation, but it's not going to work out, man. Ravager, and she's changing the wounded roaches into Ravagers here, which is so brilliant because they regain all of their HP. Corrosive Bile's going down, repairing that bunker. That bunker is keeping INnoVation alive right now. But having to repair it does suck minerals from your little bank here, so it does slow you down economically to have to continually repair this thing. Dude, does he just leave? He just left that egg in the front. Kitty 8 charge blows everybody back. Still alive is the Reaper nameless. This bunker is living. Scarlett trying to knock it down. I'm not sure that she can. Oh, that bunker lives. The bunker lives, and there's a Cyclone out now too. Doesn't really want to fight. I don't think it wants to fight this Ravager here, but it is. Anyway, the bunker does finally get Corrosive Bile down. The natural base is forced to flee from all these Corrosive Biles that are going to try to hit it. Unless you try to break up the front, I don't know, man. This is almost like you got to win with this or you're just totally toast. All right, Cyclone, 4 Marines versus 4 Ravagers. 2 of them are severely injured, though. They are in the red and not recovering health all that quickly, as it turns out. So here goes nothing. Another supply depot does go down. It doesn't supply... Oh, it does supply block INnoVation. Well, not anymore. He keeps losing stuff. So... He was for a second there, but not anymore. Oh, look at him land his base up here in the top left-hand corner. That's kind of genius. One of the Ravagers do go down. More roaches showing up. Now there's a tank, though, and that's the sign for Scarlett to get the heck on out of there, and she's going to go ahead and change her wounded roaches into Ravagers. They don't take bonus damage, right? No bonus damage from the tank is exactly what you want to see here. All right, so Ravager, Roach. That's what we're looking at. The natural base is, thankfully, INnoVation was smart enough not to make any SCVs there at the time, or else they would be dead. I guess they could get lifted up and saved, but I'm not sure why he didn't make any SCVs there. I guess he's busy making stuff to stay alive is the priority. Oh, Cyclone getting focused down. Coming up this ramp, I don't know about this. Corrosive piling down a tank, but losing a lot of stuff in the process there. Still 3 Ravagers here. It is 50 to 14 Harvesters. Scarlett has cut so many drones to make this thing work. Tank splash, though, is a problem. Bunker down, canceled as the Corrosive pile is landing on it. And trying to make sure that bunker never goes down while taking shots from the tank. Though, there's a cancel again. Oh, I like this. I like this game so much. But I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced that Scarlett can break up this ramp. There's 2 tanks now. I guess if you just keep INnoVation from expanding, maybe, and then move on into more of a macro-style game, you'd be okay. But still, just making roaches, just making Ravagers. That production tab shows no sign of expanding, of making drones of anything to this point. Resources lost, 1,800 for INnoVation, 1,500 for Scarlett. And I just don't, you can't get in the range of those, oh, that tank, man. That tank splash really, really hurts. Marines coming down, trying to bait into the tanks and killing the Queen. Go for it, says Scarlett. Is there enough corrosive pile to get rid of the one tank goes down, but there's another one, and another one pops out, and Scarlett GG's out at 6 minutes and 9 seconds. What an impressively strong attempt there by Scarlett. But INnoVation, man, just knowing exactly what to do, getting the tanks out as soon as he can, trying to expand, but if that's not in the cards, then not expanding, and recognizing that Scarlett's not droning herself because she keeps throwing this many roaches and Ravagers his way. So it's tanks, it's bunkering, it's a bunch of Marines. The Marines all died in the process, but INnoVation was able to win the game regardless. Yeah, 13 Ravagers killed, 2 roaches for 7 Marines, 2 tanks, a Cyclone, a Reaper, whose name was the Reaper name list, and assorted buildings there too. 14 SCVs, but look, INnoVation could afford to lose those 14 SCVs because he has 20 and Scarlett has 15. That's it. Good effort there by Scarlett. INnoVation, excellent job though. We're going to move on to game number 2 here, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the best of 3 series. We've got Scarlett here on Catalyst in the top left, and then INnoVation in the bottom right. Catalyst still in the map pool, so you're not too far from home. Also, no Marauders, no Vikings, and no Ravens built in game number 1. So as far as you can tell, this is on the same current patch that you're playing on today. All right. While they're gearing up here, just a little plug for my Patreon, patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Those of you who are already supporters, I love you so very much. You have access to Let's Plays of Falcon and Wade doing co-op stuff, super mega fun. Also Q&As when those come out too. I will cast your games at the $10 a month level. There are a couple slots open there too, but regardless, check it out. Even if every one of you just hit me up for $1 a month on patreon.com/FalconPaladin, it would do a lot to allow me to do more incredible stuff for y'all on the channel. I'm considering adopting kind of the Wardy model of just paying players to play tournaments for me, and then they're my replays, and they'll be exclusive to my channel and nowhere else. But something I can't quite do without a little bit more support from you guys. So again, think about it. And if you can't, I understand. I understand there's a lot of people out there who are students or who are otherwise economically not quite able to donate on a monthly basis, and I get that. And I don't expect anything from anybody. I really don't. But again, for those of you who are capable and are able and do and have, my love goes out to you. Alrighty then. It's a hatch first out of Scarlett, moving into an extractor pool type play. Nothing too nuts there. Overlord coming from the top left to the bottom right, and a Reaper. Reaper's name's going to be Obi-Wan. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground, which the high ground in Star Wars is a very contentious subject because, look, Obi-Wan took down Darth Maul when Darth Maul had the high ground. And then later, the high ground totally works out for Obi-Wan. I think the lesson here is that Obi-Wan ground is the impressive and the unbeatable ground. It's just, if you're him, you win. That's how this works. Even, I kind of really feel like he intentionally sacrificed himself to Darth Vader there in New Hope. I think that's the intent. So check in for a proxy hatch because of game 1. Not bad. Not too shabby there, Mr. Obi-Wan. Gonna head on up. There are Lings in production. There's Speed on the way. A couple Queens coming out too. So we've seen this dance 500,000 times. What really gets interesting in the TVZ is after this one, and the Terran player decides to go for Cyclones or Hellions or a Marine dropper. It's really kind of in their court as to what happens into the mid-game. Although Zergs do have some interesting attacks with Roach Ravagers they can do. Saving that drone. turning it into a spore temporarily, then canceling and bringing it out there. Oh, no. Oh, no way! No way Scarlett got that down. I thought for sure the drone was going to die. Tried to block it and then kill it. Does get a creep tumor, though. One kill for... Oh, no. Dead and doesn't get the creep tumor. Ah, Obi-Wan. Maybe Obi-Wan isn't OP after all. Dang. No kills. Wounds the creep tumor. Almost blocks the third hatch. But no, not enough. Not enough. Also, if you didn't see, I did cast the Destruction Gaming Invitational over last weekend, Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I cast the finals of the tournament with Zombie Grub. It was a great experience. It really was. It was good to cast with somebody that I've watched cast on the big stage for the first time in my life. So hopefully I'll get there one day. But if you want to see the VODs, they're on Zombie Grub's channel. That's where we did the casting. VODs are available, as far as I know. And it was just a good time. It was great. We had players such as BioIce there, Uggo there too, Penguin. You've seen on the channel as kind of a GM level guys trying to break into that pro scene tournament with a prize pool too. So who can argue with that? All right, Overlord. High grounds it. Oh, isn't this high ground? I swear this is high ground. Yeah, there you go. Heading for that high ground. Oh, but it was trap. It was a bait to take down that Marine. Scarlett, you're so good at this game. Scarlett, seriously, the aggression that you show and the traps that you pull, it's so nice. That's why I love watching her play. All right, so Hellion thinks about moving out, but decides actually to come home for reasons. I guess just checking to see if there's any, possibly some Zerglings or Banelings out there he needs to worry about. But no, there aren't any. There were not any. Third base is scouted by this Overlord, heading on over to the left side to land. That is a pretty quick third, 4.5 minutes from the INnoVation here. Overlord scouts in, sees everything, sees the number of barracks, sees a factory, sees a starport with a reactor, and says, all right, it's going to be a Marine tank. That's what it looks like. This reactor likely going to be used on one of these barracks instead, unless we've got a few more Hellions coming, which INnoVation is very allowed to do, but no, he immediately lifts off the factory, throws it on the tech lab, and it's going to be tank production. So it's going to be tank, Marine, some Hellion production, possibly some Hellbat stuff here too. Although, is there an armory yet? By golly, there's 2 engineering bays and no armory. So yeah, going to be a lot of bio. A lot of bio stuff. I'd like to see a 4th base out of Scarlett so far. Really hasn't been bothered all that much. And as a result, is up 54 to 42. Total harvesters in the top right-hand corner of the map. Lair in production for her too, getting +1/+1 for the Zerglings and the Banelings and the Ultras. So we could see a Lingbane Muta thing here. We could see a transition into Ultras later on in this game. I do expect to see a much more macro-style game here in Game 2 as compared to Game number 1, which was just, it was over in 5 minutes is what it was. 6 and 7 seconds or something. Something along those lines. Zergling heading on down the right side of the map here. There's a nice wall at the front. Ling counterattacks are not going to happen. Third base a little bit exposed, although there are Hellions here, and there's a tank now, and there's a great wall of supply depots coming up. It'll be done there fairly shortly. There's your 4th base from the Scarlett, and Scarlett needs further tech, and indeed, Hydralisk Den, Baneling Nest. She going Ling Bane Hydra against INnoVation? Sure looks like she is. She's getting centrifugal hooks, so definitely planning on making a whole lot of Banelings. Long distance mining from this 4th base. Creep spread looking okay. Scarlett's creep spread in general has always been pretty great. APM 305 on average exactly for INnoVation, 303 exactly for Scarlett. So these players really just about the same APM levels, which is interesting. Trying to boost up on this right side, but Creep should catch vision of this, although Scarlett's not exactly reacting. Oh, now she is. She's bringing the Lings over. All the Marines have unloaded, though. They're not upgraded quite yet. They do have the stim. These Queens, yeah, Queens run. Oh, 3 Queens taken down. Zerglings trying to get a surround here, and they do. They don't have any upgrades themselves yet, but it's enough to chase INnoVation away regardless. Meanwhile, the Hellions come in. As long as the Lings are away, the Hellions kind of play. But these Hydras, the DPS on the Hydras is actually kind of insane. Oh, man, all the Hellions get picked off. Might get a drone kill. Yeah, 2 drone kills thus far. That Hellion attack did not do well, only because Hydras were popping out at the exact right moment for the Scarlet. Marines marching back into the 4th base location. And can they get the hatch? No, can't get the hatch. Couple Hydras. Oh, extra DPS with the Hydras and the Queen here too. I don't know if you want to engage your INnoVation. He decides not to. And off creep, a little bit too slow to chase these guys down, as it turns out. Do they have the upgrade though? Oh, Muscular Augments is done. Range is the second one that she's getting. All right, so the Hydras are fast enough. Fast enough. 90 to 71 harvesters at 7 minutes. If you don't have 90 harvesters at 7 minutes as a Zerg player, you need to improve your game. And if you don't have 71 at the 7-minute mark, you also need to improve your game as a Terran. That's why you watch these games, to see how you can improve. They're playing the same game that we are, guys. It's just decision-making, macro styles, timings. That's where we are with it. All right. Marine clearing out some creep there on the right side while trying to drop up this left side. Lurker Den on the way, and a hive just about done here for Scarlett, too. Meanwhile, Ling Hydra, did they pick off a medevac? I think they got one. They did. They got a medevac, but a drop inside the main base where there's no creep, so there's no vision. Well, there's vision now. And here they go, coming to try kill what exactly? Drones are going to be the soft targets here. Nicely done, sticking themselves in this little choke. The Hydras from distance are so good. So good. Forcing INnoVation back. Didn't do a whole lot of damage there. And Scarlett is a 169 supply, working on getting maxed out. Working on adrenal glands. +2 ground carapace. It's just the level at which she's playing Zerg is something I aspire to very, very much. 5th base on the way here for Scarlett. Rocks getting knocked down by Lings and Hydras, and our first sensor tower is up. Bit of an attack up the front here, but just too many Hydralisks. I just don't see it working out all that well for any kind of attack from INnoVation. Kind of setting up on this left side to see if any more drops will come back in, because there is a medevac and there are overlords protecting this area too with their sight. Alright, 192, 184 total supply. Scarlett is effectively maxed out. She's making 14 Banelings. She's going for an attack right now. Since INnoVation doesn't really seem all that keen in coming up the middle here, there are some Marines dropping out, but no, Zerglings and Hydras. Gonna be enough, possibly? Slowly whittling these guys down, and by golly, does manage to save it. Hydra versus Marine with medevac support. Hydra DPS is good. Oh, the transfuse. Keeping it alive, too. Oh, medevac down. Whee! Here come the Lings, the Hydras, and the Banelings on the ground. The tank count is pretty high, though. I'm not sure about this. On the Scarlett, the Banelings are trying to do stuff, but not happening. The target firing way too good there from INnoVation. He's got the +2/+2 already, working on +3/+3 here at the 10-minute mark. Yeah, INnoVation wants to end it here, is what he wants to do. He wants to win this best 2 out of 3, 2 games to 0, and move on in the Hangzhou StarCraft Carnival, which was cast earlier this month, late last month, and not cast in English initially, so that's why I'm doing this one here for you guys. Alright, setting up tanks on the high ground, moving Marines out to clear creep, pick off reinforcements. This is exactly what you want to do if you're a Terran player. Be patient, use the mobile units mobily, and kind of try to bait the army into these tanks if at all possible. Not working out particularly well, though. What the heck is this? It's another drop at the 4th base location. Doing some more work, but nah, Scarlett doesn't care about that. She's running right on in. She's got Vipers. She's blinding clouding the tanks right now. The Marines are also getting blinding clouded too, although just outside of the range. Extra blinding cloud on the tanks. Is it going to be enough? Zerglings, oh boy, I don't know. Banelings trying to get some fires on in here too. They do clean up the tanks, though. Once the tanks are unsupported and actually directly getting hit, they're somewhat more fragile than you would expect them to be. Sure, they're going to take a lot of Zerg units with them, but they will end up falling. Resources lost after that battle. 14,000 for Scarlett and 8,000 for INnoVation. So definitely being more cost efficient is INnoVation, as he definitely tries to do. Working on adaptive talons. Yep, that's the upgrade to allow lurkers to burrow much more quickly than they otherwise are able to. I mean, it's not exactly slow with the default, but there's a difference. Let's just say that there is a difference in the speed at which they can burrow. I don't see any lurkers out, though, nor do I see any in the production tab for Scarlett, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we'll see some. Another hatch on the way here from Scarlett. That is going to be her 6th base. Meanwhile, double expanding 2 is INnoVation. We've seen these come down from time to time. A lot of barracks back home. Nice Sim City setup. Got the great wall of supply depots over here, too. And pushing up the front in INnoVation, he's got a single Banshee, which has got 4 kills. Hasn't done much harassment, but actually been more part of just the regular engagements. Another drop up here at the 4th base location. Queen does manage to get away before she dies. Zerglings getting stuck. Oh, they're stuck in the minerals for just a little bit here, but geez, cracklings with +3 armor, pretty good. Another medevac gets picked out of the sky here. Another attack up the front and middle here for INnoVation. Decides to pull back too, as the army was able to respond more quickly, I think, than he expected it to be able to. Is that personal cloaking? He's going for ghosts, which I guess steady targeting against Vipers is pretty good. Does he want to attack into... No, she doesn't want to attack into here. Scarlett has no interest in making that thing happen at all. Lurkers, there we go. Making additional lurkers here to add to the total. Creep spread is almost touching this 4th base of INnoVations, and the 5th base is not too far away from the creep either. You can see it on the screen. Another attempt to drop up the left side. The vision, though. The vision is just so good. This creep and the overlords, and it's just really hard to drop when all this is going on. Baneling's morphing in, getting hit, and here come the lurkers. They want to burrow right on top of these guys, getting some nice spines off, too. Bit of a small attack here. Baneling's firing into that 4th base location. Ling's abducting tanks, blinding clouding tanks, trying to use ghosts against everything that we see here. That army still getting chased around into the 4th base. Planetary Fortress helping pretty immensely there, too, but the lurkers are burrowing. And at this location, the scan is keeping this command center's Planetary Fortress alive. But no, it is going to go down. There's really no saving. A lot of SCVs getting killed there too. Dropping at the 6th base of Scarlett's INnoVation. Going to go tit for tat. Remove this base since you killed my 5th base. 4th base still alive and well. It is 186 to 144 total supply, though. Slowly whittling down that number. Trying to drop back inside the main base is INnoVation. Expanding along the right side is Scarlett 2. Just everywhere is Scarlett doing, expanding, attacking, defending. Everywhere that she needs to be. Another attack up the right side by INnoVation. You know he's not going to give up yet. Sure, he hasn't won, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Corvid Reactor and 4 Ravens at a time on the way from INnoVation. So we do see some Ravens and some Marauders here. Some small differences. These guys kind of got baited. They are dead. Another attack up over here on the left side. Just too many Hydras. Not enough upgrades on the Marines. +3, +2 on the Hydras. I mean, yes, the Marines are 3/3 themselves too, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough here. Another attack into this 4th base location. The Lurkers and Hydras making quick work of that Planetary Fortress. Here comes some Ravens. That's the difference right there. That's the Dorito missile. But no! INnoVation taps out. Was down 178 to 126 total supply, losing the 4th base, losing the 5th base. Scarlett still on 6 bases. This hatch just about to pop any second. 81 to 61 total harvesters. 34 SCVs killed. Only 16 drones went down, and kind of trying to set up down this left side, but he just didn't have the army to handle it. 15 Marines and 6 Ravens, a tank, and 6 Marauders was not going to be enough for him. So very close game, though. What is that? 24,000 resources lost for Scarlett and 21 for INnoVation. So just doing Zerg best, right? The Zerg thing of just throw waves and waves of units at your opponent, wear them down slowly and slowly eventually, and then you're going to win. That's how it works. No cost efficiency from Zerg, especially not from Scarlett. All right, that means we get a game 3. Get a game 3 here between these two players coming up next on the Falcon Paladin channel. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 3 between Scarlett and INnoVation for your Sunday series. I guess I didn't make that very clear. I do cast series, so best of 5s, best of 3s, best of 7s every Sunday. Sometimes compilations. Sometimes just I want to see a lot of short games from pro players. So I'll do a short game compilation from pros. Just little rushes and proxies and cannon Russians and stuff. Just because I usually cast longer games from professionals and just want to see the other side. In the bottom right-hand corner of Acid Plant here, it's the red Terran player INnoVation, and then Scarlett in the top left as well. Overlord scouting, not necessarily checking for proxies with this one. I mean, I guess by default, heading across the map, we'll check this location for proxies, and this one is the one checking for the proxies here. So it used to be I'd worry how pro players knew if proxies were coming, especially Zerg, right? If they just Overlord scout. But if you do set up your Overlord scouting paths appropriately, you can do a pretty good job checking out potential places for those proxies, if you like alliteration. But no, nope, not happening here today. Acid Plant, another map that is currently on the map pool, so you should feel nice and home at this one. I have been playing the Heart of the Swarm campaign on Brutal on my channel, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin, once or twice a week. If you want to watch me do that, watch me struggle a little bit. I've beat it before. It doesn't mean I can just roll it again. Let's just say that. Let's just say there are some things I need to work on those missions. But come watch me fail sometimes. Come watch me be awesome other times as I control the Swarm in my favorite campaign as part of the StarCraft2 campaign series by far. By far. Just got to the part where Zeratul shows up. It is like, what up, Carrion? I'll let you beat the snot out of me for a little bit so we can have a discussion about the future. And she does, and they do. It's nice. It's a really great campaign. That the cinematics, Blizzard cinematics are just top-notch. They always have been. There's really no question about it. Who does the best? All right, Reaper checks for another proxy hatch because it is, after all, the Scarlett that INnoVation is playing against right now. Let's go ahead and pull up that Reaper name list. See if we can get a Reaper that can last a little bit longer than the last one. So where are we? Reaper name list. Here it is. Cushions. His name is Repercussions. There will be dire repercussions if this Reaper, Cushions, doesn't get any scouting done. That's clever. That is a clever submission. If you'd like to submit a Reaper name, you could do so in the comments of any video. Just put Reaper name and then put it, and I'll do a search for the Reaper name term through all the comments I've ever gotten over the last little while. It'll pull them up, and I'll stick them into a list. That's all it is. Pretty easy stuff. Okay, Repercussions moving out. Does get some scouting done, mind you. Does see the third base, the sub 3-minute third. And I'm going to try to possibly get inside the main here. This is a really hard map for Reapers to get into because they can't hop up here. They can't hop up here. They have to walk in the front door, which is just such... Right, the Reapers are mad about this map. They want to hop up and down cliffs, but you just can't on this one. You can maybe try to juke past, but yeah, Zergs really like this map for that particular reason. A couple Hellion buddies. Hellion bros showing up here, though. KD8 charge, blowing that queen away, getting some Hellion shots off there, too. Rawr, another queen pops out. There's a handful of Lings. Is speed done? Speed is done. Speed just finished. Got additional Hellions. Marching up to the front here, two Hellions, and a Reaper going for that harassment. Meanwhile, back in Terranville. Great wall of supply depots coming up. And suddenly, the red is just kind of sprinting all over the map. Not sure what they were checking for there, but not being aggressive either. Perhaps worried about a Ling flood that possibly could be coming from the Scarlet. There's not one. I mean, there's a good number of Lings here. Wow, is that cloak? That is cloaking field for the Banshees. And the Banshee starts production here too, so it's going to be Cloak Banshee. Ah, waiting for the medevac to come up. This is how you get past the whole can't jump up cliffs thing. Just drop. Alright, Queen wants to kill the medevac. Lings want to kill the Hellions. Are there enough Zerglings to do it? Maybe enough. 2 Queens too. Really scary for that medevac. It's just out of range of the Queens. And the creep tumor does go down. Queen fighting as well. I just don't know if you want to come back in here. Wow, that's a lot of shots you're allowing. Are you serious, INnoVation? Ah, Hellbro transformation, though. Hellbat transformation done. Queen does end up burning to death. Bit of an attack at the front here, too, with additional Hellbats. Whoa. Hellbat, good unit, guys. All right, medevac does get picked down. Trying to split those drones as best as she can, but they are falling. 3, 4 down. The attack at the front is kind of being stymied by this Queen, but not really. Additional Hellions showing up. This is something I've died to before, you guys. It's not a good feel. It is not a great feel. Banshee, Hellbat, marching right into the front door. Is this Reaper going to get a kill? Nope. Queens take it down. Transfuses make sure he does not get a kill. Sorry, Repercussions. Good scouting, though. Good scouting nevertheless. Oh, no cloak available. That Spore Crawler is not done yet. And Ling's just trying to find somewhere to go, something to attack. Can't quite make it happen. No, oh, don't fly into that Spore. Oh, that was close. Close flying into that Spore, but no sting. Just outside the range, picking off some more drones here. How many drones have gone down? 14 drones have been killed so far by the INnoVation. It's 46 to 43 Harvesters. The Hellbats are still doing work here inside the main base of, or the natural base of Scarlett. Wow. Drone kill count, 22 drones down. And the Hellbat's not really being macroed all that much anymore, so they're dead. Banshee, two Banshees are here now. Both of them have the cloak. One's almost out of energy. There she goes. Yep. Transferring drone gets picked off. Transferring Roach takes a hit there too. So bottom line, Scarlett's alive. Okay, bottom line, Zerg fans. Scarlett lives. Scarlett is down 7 workers to her opponent. Still no third base from INnoVation, though. Lock-on ability trying to kill this Overlord that was been scouting the front door for quite a while, which means Scarlett knows what's coming, which helps so much. You could tell what's coming here. Another Spore Crawler in the main trying to pop. And there it is. Some free shots off on this Banshee. Out of energy, too. Oh, is she going to make it home? She would have, except for these queens coming to head her off. Now she dead. There's your third base from INnoVation. All right, so third base coming up for him. Just to the north-ish of the main, and things have calmed down. Calmed down just a teeny tiny bit. Oh, also got a podcast. Forgot to mention that. Falcon Paladin Hour. There's a link in the description, but anywhere you get your fine podcast, any app that you use, you search for Falcon Paladin and you will find it. It's a weekly podcast, about an hour long. Been talking about Infinity War, been talking about the Deadpool. Maybe watch the Solo and talk about that too at some point too. I don't know. A lot of plans. We're rolling around inside our heads. Me and Wade, the Australian co-caster of that podcast. Can I do his accent? No! Do I try sometimes? Yes. Infestation Pit on the way from Scarlett. I mean, that's the thing. That's the difference here, I think, between me and her, is that I would survive that attack somehow by the grace of holy things. And then I would just be so scared. I'd be making attacking units and drones and trying to expand, I guess, but I would not think about teching up, and that's what she's doing. She wants that tier 3 stuff. She wants the Vipers. She wants the upgrades. Doesn't necessarily care about the Ultralisks or the Broodlords, mind you. But the upgrades are great. Alright, Ravager, Queen, trying to figure out what we're doing here. So what we're doing is using this Raven to clear creep tumors, which I like very much, actually. The blue flame kicked in. Did that just finish? I think it looked like it just finished. Oh, Ling attack, trying to sneak on in here. Nope, 2 tanks. No, thank you. They could have gone in and done some stuff, but that tank placement is pretty fantastic. 4th command center in production here for the Terran player. 4th base done. First Scarlett, 73 to 71 Harvesters. She's taken the lead. What is that? That's going to be a Hydralisk den. Of course it is. Oh, Queen. Yeah, I mean, these guys are dead. They know it. But resources lost, 3,000 for Scarlett. No gas units lost so far. That's kind of amazing. And 2,250 for the INnoVation. Scouting barracks. Oh, we're meching it then. I mean, yes. Falcon, obviously the number of factories here, we're meching it. Here comes double Thor drop. Actually going to accidentally scout this 5th base location that Scarlett's trying to throw up, and INnoVation has a decision to make. Do you kill this and ruin the element of surprise, or do you go try to do other stuff inside the main? Actually, does Scarlett see this? Well, yep, she does now. Yeah, so basically unloading on this base. So good against buildings are Thors. Forcing a cancel there. The drone is destroyed too. A lot of overkill, as it turns out. And here they go. Thor drop, trying to kill these roaches. Actually pretty good against roach. Not necessarily if they're outnumbered, though. And then just swinging back down here. Yeah, again, sacrificing that element of surprise was not ideal, but killing a base is nice. 4th base constructed and ready to rock for INnoVation. 1, 2, 3, 4 bases to 4 bases right now. Scarlett could use a 5th. No question about that. I don't know. Why are you... Maybe you're worried about the Thor drop coming back in, but instead, nope, just unloading here on the creep. Putting some fear of Terran into you, maybe. And then heading back home. So, I mean, didn't do a whole lot, but that's okay. Not everything has to work out spectacularly. Spine Crawler protecting this 4th base location. The 3rd base has a Spine too. Doesn't overdo it with the static defense, but there's definitely some static defense here. Are you sucking energy off of the... Or was that the Viper that just took some shots? What is hurt here? Well, something was. Oh, okay. It's a Spire that's constructing. Scouting barracks is picked out of the sky here by these Hydralisks. They've got the +2/+2. The attack upgrades here for the tanks are +2/+1. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, setting up on the creep. Tanks firing, blue flame Hellbats in the front here too. Oh, I don't know about this. Roach Ravager trying to do this thing. Nice anti-armor missiles hitting there too, though. And INnoVation taking his time. He's not A-moving here, right? He's not A-moving. Just trying to get some, I guess we have some Vikings in this game too. Just trying to set up at a place that is such a hard place to break for Zerg. Ready, set, here we go. Interference matrix on one of those Vipers, trying to crash from the right side and from the left side at the same time. I just don't know if it's working out. Yes, a lot of INnoVation takes are getting killed, but there are still 5 on the ground. There's still a Thor here. There's still a Hellbat. Is not looking good for our Zerg champion, ladies and gentlemen. INnoVation so strong. Pushing up with the tank. Still has the +2 attack rolling. +2 ground armor's almost done. +3 attack. Almost done here too. Tanks splashing on that 4th base location, and Scarlett has to go. Has to get on in here and try to pick off. The Hellbats are basically gone, but the tanks continuing to remain here. Running in roaches, that's all she can really make right now, and that's your good game. That is, in fact, your good game from Scarlett. Scarlett's defeated. INnoVation is your winner here in 12 minutes and 11 seconds. Fantastic display. What a game from INnoVation. Going that mech, setting up in this location. Real hard for Zerg to get us around here because of these natural barriers on the left and on the right. Look at this Hydralisk. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Hydralisk. Or a roach? Might be a roach. It's kind of on fire. Yeah, a roach. The spikes on the head. That is definitely a roach. Oh, that's funny. 13,000 resources lost for Scarlett. 9,400 for INnoVation. Yeah, a lot of dead stuff. 38 roaches, 38 lings, 34 drones died. And not an SCV was killed in this game. Go figure. INnoVation's mech, serious business. All right, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, your Sunday series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.